Hello everybody, how are you going? And welcome to Irish People Try Canadian Spirits, of which is the same people that have tried Canadian alcohols, and there was a bit of a mixed bag there, but if anyone can give us a proper rating, I feel like stereotypically it's the Irish.
Alcohol from Canada, which is not American.
And spirits, A.
Hey. Always reminds me of Terrence and Philip.
Yeah, I don't know. I've never been to Canada and I'm not really great at geography, so I don't know what to expect.
Either way, we're going to get drunk and it's going to be fun.
Yeah.
Ridiculous.
Ooh, it's definitely something I don't like because it's brown.
Crown Royal,
It's brown.
blended Canadian whiskey. It looks very fancy.
Ooh, it's a whiskey glass.
It's a nice bottle
Whiskey.
as well, isn't it? Look at that bottle.
It looks like it's sponsored by Disney.
It
You
does.
could get it in Disney World.
The bottle looks like a crown jewel.
So it does.
It looks like royalty because when I look at purple, I think of royal.
This looks so regal. I wonder if the Queen of Canada, who was the British.
Yes, Queen Elizabeth.
Yeah, Queen Elizabeth.
I was going to say, are they going to make the connection there and go, hang on a second, what I just said is kind of correct but also kind of incorrect. It's not, as far as I'm aware, a Queen of Canada in the same way that it's not a King or a Queen of Australia. It's just the monarchy that is representative back over in Britain, of course. But then I just wanted to come back and actually look at this bottle because I didn't get to have that good of a look at it. If nothing else, I just get to see what they are talking about in terms of the purple being the drapes, and I guess the pillow. I believe that the pillow has a name, a particular name, but the pillow that the crown is sitting on, but the Crown Royal, don't really know what the words are saying. I can read blended Canadian whiskey and the Crown Royal Distilling Company, but I don't know what the first one is. Maybe it's French. Either way, it's 40%. It says vol, but I can only imagine that's 40% alcohol, 40% content. Regardless, they are definitely not easing into it. I mean, of course, this is spirits, and so the bar is only going to go so low, but come on, just starting off with a, like you said, if it's brown, I don't like it. Level whiskey, 40%. Oh, man.
This is like something you'd see in a movie when they come home from a stressful day. Yeah.
What?
They're like, they drink the whiskey as if it's fucking orange juice. And I'm like, yeah,
I
no.
like the way the lid is a crown as well.
Yeah,
that
they
did
put a
look
lot of
cool.
detail into the bottle. The bottle gets an A+ for me.
I can see old Liz just in her study having a glass of Crown
Having a
Royal.
glass of it.
One is very amused.
Surely it's maple.
Oh, she's a nice, nice kick.
It's nice.
That is nice. That's very mild.
Oh, that's lovely.
Let me try again. A first sip is always, on its
Yeah.
own, is always quite overwhelming. And let me try again.
You gotta let it sit in your tongue for
You
a
do.
second.
Get a bit of awakening in that, you know.
Oh, you do. That wakes you up.
That wakes you up. You're like, oh,
Your
whoa.
alarm went off.
Just kind of coats your mouth. It's almost like honey.
I don't know what you're tasting, but
Yeah.
I'm not feeling it.
Or is it more like maple? That's what I'm saying. Even if it doesn't taste like maple, I feel as though it's got make and train tastes of maple in it. Just because it's been made, brewed, distilled, everything in Canada, it just has to have some traditional Canadian heritage to it in the form of the maple. And even the fact that there's not any reference to the maple leaf on that bottle. Like none. Usually I feel as though anything that is purely made in Canada has to at least have a little something in there that just goes, yeah, this is actually, you know, where it's made, whereas this just goes, nah, we don't need any of that. We just put Canadian whiskey on the front and we're fine to go. However, I do find it interesting that they were commenting on the bottle because I always wonder with these very elaborate bottles, I mean, overall it's just glasswork and I'm sure they pump them out like it's no tomorrow, but realistically it's not just a straight cylindrical bottle like a beer bottle or anything like that. There is more detail to it and the crown lid and everything like that. So how much of the overall, I don't know, kind of price markup of these level of spirits and bottles is actually the bottle itself and not just the product that's inside it? Like, how much cheaper could it truly be? It might not get as many sales because people like it, but how much cheaper could it really be if they just put it in a standard jar?
I don't know what you're tasting, but
Yeah.
I'm not feeling it.
I think this like won Whiskey of the Year once.
Oh, it's really.
Wow.
Oh, like it's like.
Oh, yeah. Now I feel, oh my god.
And the alcohol definitely hits your system and gives you that like burst of like, oh, you're fucking sucking diesel now.
Yeah, the best thing about this whiskey, definitely.
That took me a second to process what he just said. Did I hear him say, you're now sucking diesel?
And the alcohol definitely.
I mean,
hits
it
your
makes
system
sense in
and gives
terms
you
of the
that, like,
alcohol
burst
content,
of,
40%,
like,
but
oh, you're fucking sucking diesel now.
Yeah,
I think that he says sucking diesel, and I've never heard that expression before, and kind of surprisingly, I feel as though it could be an Australian or an adopted Australian saying, but that is fantastic. It sums it up perfectly, going, even though ethanol and methanol and alcohol and everything else isn't exactly the same, it all kicks the same when you're getting to those kind of amounts. One just leaves you a little bit more sick or a little bit more blind or a little bit more bloated than the other.
yeah, the best thing about this whiskey definitely is the bottle and the crown. I just feel like a royal, but I'm not drinking like a royal.
Oh, that's right. Ah, the classic Canadian Club. Wait, 1858, is that right? Imported? Wait, imported? Oh, probably because it's being imported from Canada. If you were in Canada, you wouldn't be saying that the entire bottle is imported, or I certainly hope not, unless you're importing it from Quebec into anywhere else. Maybe. That's the only way I could ever see that happening. But no, it's going to be Smooth and Oaky Canadian Club. And even that label, I don't know, when did this video come out? Because I feel like it's 3 years ago. I feel like that's not a label that is current.
Oh, Canadian Club! Oh my god. I have heard of this. I didn't know it was a whiskey though.
Nice bottle though.
It is.
Oh,
It looks
true,
very
it's a whiskey.
sophisticated,
Yeah,
but
it
it
looks
doesn't,
like
look, it doesn't look whiskey-ish, like, for me.
This bottle looks like a wine bottle.
It
What the
does.
hell?
It smells whiskey-ed up.
Is Canadian Club like a brand of
I think it's
Spirits?
just another whiskey brand.
Woo, we're part of the Canadian Club. Yes. We just got in straight like that. We didn't even have to do any trials or anything. They just let us straight in.
You just have to
God.
You
spit
smell
your
of
heart
whiskey
out.
off this one, I tell you. Oh, wake you up for a bit of sunshine in your pocket.
Hints of spice and vanilla with a clean finish and a subtle sweet oak aroma.
Very fan.
Wait, what?
Finish and a subtle hints
Something and
of
vanilla.
spice and vanilla with a clean finish and a subtle sweet oak aroma.
Spice and vanilla. That right there just sounds like what I've been described at eggnog is kind of like a spicy, vanilla-y, what is it, cardamom or cinnamon? Actually, that's what eggnog is, I believe, is cinnamon-y thing. I mean, that's not the same, obviously, as that whiskey. It's going to get completely different, but really, that just, it seems weird to be having kind of a almost, I don't know what you'd call it, but a non-hard, like a vanilla is a very, very different thing, and spiciness is kind of more burning. Like, is it going after almost fireball? Is that kind of the same vein, perhaps? Either way, like I said, it looks more like a beer. I expected it in my mind when I saw that bottle to be more like a beer, and then they went whiskey, and I went, oh yeah, that's right, this is in spirits.
Oh, I like that. That's lighter than the last one, isn't it?
Yeah.
Much less. Like,
Wait, don't say less. It just kicked in.
It's nicer than the first one.
Will I knock it back?
Just a little sip.
Take a big sip. I took a bigger
I
sip.
did. Oh, yeah, don't take the whole lot.
Don't take the whole lot and tell me much less of it. There you go.
I feel like I'm a father just watching their child
Yeah.
riding a bike for the first time.
There's no burny sensation off this at all.
No, the fumes still go up there and back out my nose.
Much
Vibrant.
less.
Really?
Of a bang off that. It's less flavoursome as the other one to me.
I think I prefer the Crown Royal.
It doesn't hit you at the back. It doesn't travel down your esophagus to your bowels with the same.
Oh, your bowels. Oh, that just, it was so fantastic in that pronunciation right there. But I guess the consensus is clear here. It clearly is not the same as the last one, and that is going to be good. You don't need and want every single one to be the same. You just want it to be having a nice range where I guess if someone wants a spirits or a whiskey, I guess we've only seen whiskey so far. If they want the whiskey, they can go the true diesel, like you said last time. I still can't get over that. And then this one can just have that nice, soft vanilla spice, and you just go, oh, yes, I didn't even have like a massive, massive burning on the way down. I just had a little bit of, what'd she say, fumes out the nostrils?
There's no burny sensation off this at all.
No, the fumes still go
Yeah, the fumes.
up there and back out my nose.
Much
Like
less.
wasabi on
Really? Of a bang off that. It's less flavoursome as the other one to me.
I think I prefer the Crown Royal.
That guy's
It doesn't hit you at the back. It doesn't travel down your esophagus to your bowels with the same heat.
I think there's some stuff in between your esophagus and your bowels.
No, there isn't.
Is there
No, not with me. I haven't moved.
Oh, okay. right.
I don't know why whiskey always does that for some reason. Unless I have something broke back here,
Maybe.
like a really big hole where
Broke?
the fumes just go up or something.
It's like your superpower.
Yeah.
Go on, son. Yes.
Is it though?
That's the man.
He's not happy. Those two guys are a little bit different, as we have the absolute maniac on the left here, just going, yeah, this one's a little bit diesely, but let me just knock it back. And then, oh, this one didn't really do much for me. It's a little bit, it's softer than the last one. Meanwhile, with the same drink, the guy's going, I can barely get it down. I mean, that's just going to be personal preference and also maybe what you're used to. But come on, you can see the comparison right there. It's crazy that people can just stomach it literally or figuratively so differently.
That's whiskey as well.
So many whiskeys.
You little snake.
Oh, see now this is like a better bottle of like this makes you would see whiskey in this.
It looks very modern, doesn't it?
It does. I
Looks
really like it.
real modern.
It's very
By the end of this.
By the end,
Well, like, what's with all the whiskeys? Like, why is Canada so mad for the whiskey?
Stop putting Canada in a box, right? We can all like whiskey.
Everybody can like whiskey, except children.
No, babies have whiskey too to go to bed. Like a little.
Never hire Shannon as your babysitter.
it does smell.
They used to be fair, she's not wrong, and I'm sure she would have explained it as she just got cut off there. But that is something that they used to do. I don't know what. I'm sure some people know it a lot better than I would, but I've heard it 40, 50, 60, 70 years ago plus, whatever it may be. A little bit of, is it whiskey in the milk before bed? Like even warmed or cold milk? I'm not sure. But yeah, just to help the baby go to sleep, of course, and just really help its developmental process throughout its early years. Just a little bit, not necking it down, just a little bit, being, I don't know, a couple of shots worth in the entire thing. Oh, it's insane.
Never hire Shannon as your babysitter.
It does smell stronger, smells flavors, even when it's on the
He's
table
loving
like
it.
that.
These guys are
you can
loving it.
still scent it up your nose.
What the fuck? Worm?
Meanwhile, I just
table
look
like
at the
that.
guy on the right. He
Does
can't
smell
even get his mind
stronger,
into it.
smells flavors, even when it's on the table like that. You can still
He's just playing
scent
with it
it
'cause
up
he
your
doesn't know
nose.
Worm tub?
Don't tell me this was like soaked in.
There's
a tub
no
of
worms in
worm.
this, is there? Please tell me there's no worms in this.
Do you know what it looks like? If you have urine infection and then you pee blood. I'm only
Well,
joking.
time to drink our fucking blood pee.
Blood pee.
Sláinte.
God. Oh my God. Oh no. Oh no.
How do you think it tastes?
I think it tastes really licoricey.
Oh, she goes down. She goes down. Oh God.
Wow. Oh my god.
I think I like the taste the best
Oh.
from this one.
Yeah, it was grand actually. That's the nicest chat.
What? I'm so confused. How are these two, and I guess all of them, having that kind of reaction, but then at the same time going, yeah, I actually really did like it. I think it has the best taste. I think it has the most modern bottle. All of that. I mean, the bottle's a little bit different to what the taste is going to be having, but it's all playing into the psychology of how you're actually experiencing it in the end. And so for them to just going from them, and especially Mr. Diesel Man, just having an absolute panic attack is what it looked like. Look at him. Where is he? He's not sure how to behave and how to, he's doing hand signals. He's trying to conjure some ninjutsu or something. Meanwhile, and I've just seen it as well, the guy on the right is just frozen in disbelief and shock, and his body just shutting down on him, and his brain, yes, it did this, but his brain is just punishing itself for doing and actually drinking and not just spitting it back out. There's so much going on there. How are they even getting it down if it's that bad, but then also good, and it's also spicy, or is it nice, or what? It's very, very random.
Oh, she goes down. She goes down.
Don't breathe.
He can't see, he can't
Wow.
breathe.
Oh my god.
I think I like the taste the best from this one.
Yeah, it was grand actually. That's the nicest chat.
The way they drink it in the movies, they do that. I feel like I just had sex and I'm about to light up a cigarette out.
It's burning. It's burning. I can feel
going
the
on?
burn.
I like it. It's my favourite. It does have a licoricey.
Yeah, kind of aniseedy.
When it goes in you, like I just don't know. I just don't understand the process. I don't understand the process of whiskey.
Oh my god. You're so like.
I'm finishing these. What are you talking about?
Will I do this again?
Do it if you want.
Enjoyable. Good night.
I'm seeing a bit of a difference there. I'm wondering, well, for starters, we could see that they didn't just get it down like these two guys did. They are absolutely crazy in comparison to everyone else, but I'm also wondering, did she go ahead and water it down? And so they're not really experiencing the true hit, they're just more so going, oh, I do have the time and the mental capacity to not go into absolute disbelief and shock. I can just, I guess, get more hints of vanilla and everything like that compared to, like I said before, where he's just doing this.
Enjoyable, good, nice flavour, and a hell of a fucking kick off that. So,
You feel it in your stomach.
fair play to the Canadians.
You can feel it in your stomach.
Where else we got? Oh,
No, you're a
finally
whiskey
something
connoisseur, but I am glad there's a bit of a change because it's making me a bit sick.
Oh my, this sounds like, smells like chemical.
Oh,
Like they all
look
do,
at this
sure.
bottle!
This is the coolest friggin' thing I've ever seen in my life.
So
Is this Dan
expensive.
Aykroyd's vodka?
Press the head. Vodka. You know what? I have seen this in nightclubs.
Who's Dan Aykroyd?
One of the Ghostbusters.
Oh my god!
That is the coolest
makes
thing
sense.
I've ever seen.
Yes, bitch!
Jesus,
What
man.
an artwork. Look
It's
at
a real
this.
glass, yeah?
It is a real glass.
crazy.
And look at the designs on it.
Distilled.
How do you press that, mold that? I mean, it's not going to be blown, but how do you get glass to be that intricate? And even to go, yes, that's what we want to be doing in the first place. When you're dreaming up, I mean, one, you have the liquid, but when you're dreaming up the bottle that the liquid's going to be in, and yes, you might have the name, but to actually commit to it and not just put like a little topper on it, as the entire bottle could just be a standard bottle, but just with a crystal head on top, and that would be fine for the name scheme. But no, they went full balls to the wall and went absolutely to the end of the time and just end of the spectrum with the amount of money that they're actually spending on their bottle, and went all out. It's crazy. How thick is that? How difficult is it? And who actually went, yes, we can be bothered to produce such a thing?
On it.
Distilled and filtered 7 times. Ooh, 7 to heaven.
Does that even mean anything? I feel like it gets eventually to the point where everyone's just like, yeah, distilled 4,000 times. It's like, after how many times is nobody caring? It's more about the original processes than it being actually distilled.
Times. Ooh, 7 to heaven.
Whoa!
He's gonna be so bad.
Yeah, as far as whiskey, as far as vodka goes, vodka.
Yeah.
That is a smooth vodka.
Whoa! Smooth.
These guys are just
Think.
getting
Oh, yeah, it's
off
really
their
smooth.
head.
It doesn't taste like vodka. Like normally you take a shot of vodka, you're like, but this is like,
I'm more impressed with the actual bottle than I am with the drink.
It's got a real kick in it, doesn't it?
It's
It
nice.
goes like this.
Well, I think this would be the most, like, less
toxic.
violent.
It's like, yeah.
Less violent considering it comes in a skull and everything.
Yeah. That's what I was wondering, going, what do you mean it's less violent? It comes in a skull and all the bottling and packaging. It's clearly trying to kind of have that reaction out of people, especially if in bars they're going to be putting them on LED lights and having all that illumination. Like, that's really going to be the marketing genius behind it. It has all that refraction in it. I'm sure it sells very well, but then for her to say that it's not very violent and for a couple of people to say it actually is quite smooth, I guess it's good for their marketing. Like, it's actually... I guess they're liking it, so it's a quality product overall. I do, however, wonder though how much of this is the comparison between what they've just had being 3 whiskies of, I guess we didn't see or I didn't look at the percentages of the previous ones, but either way, even though they're going to be around the same amount, going from 3 whiskeys and then having something different, is it going to just basically force the vodka to be nicer or smoother or whatever they may be experiencing in comparison to the burning or whatever other faces they've been pulling consuming the last 3?
Kick in it, doesn't it?
it's
It
nice.
goes like this.
Well, I think this would be the most, like, less
Toxic.
violent.
It's like, yeah.
Less violent considering it comes in a skull and everything.
Happy Christmas.
Happy Christmas.
I
What is
don't like
these
that
guys?
as vodka compared to whiskey though.
I like this. I am a whiskey fan, but this is nice. I would drink this. It's really good.
Well
Hey,
done.
It looks great. It tastes great. It's made by Dan Aykroyd. What more do you want?
Like your stomach, you can feel it. You can feel it in your stomach. Maybe it doesn't have Mason vodkas, but you can feel it.
He's clocked
in your
out
stomach.
today.
It's burning inside.
What did he just drink?
They're much stronger than I
Eyes.
anticipated.
He's just clocked out. This guy. What a
They're
crazy
much
video.
stronger than I anticipated. I have to be honest. I thought they
Interesting.
were going to be mild.
For me, my favourite was the whiskey.
one?
I don't know the name with the fancy bottle.
You know what? They were all lovely,
first one.
but like, if I had to, if I had to
Invite
put a
your
bad
wedding.
one on, I would pick the first one as well.
So you wouldn't invite the
Interesting.
first one to your wedding then?
I'd invite them all, but I'd make the first one sit down the back.
Yeah.
in the corner.
That would sit on the singles table.
Well, there we go. I guess it is fairly conclusive. The packaging of the first one in some regard did sell it. People did actually take into consideration the bottle, even though they of course did get a certain kick or a certain flavor of a certain whatever out of the actual liquid. The bottle certainly came up, and that was the case as well with the Skull vodka. I mean, it would have been nice to have a comparison of just a standard cylindrical bottle, if you want to be calling it that, or not a fancy bottle, considering they did say, yeah, it's nice and it's made by Dan Aykroyd and all of those kind of things, but the bottle itself, it's amazing the psychology of it. It's pretty darn crazy how much people do love just being presented, treating like royalty, treating, even though it is displaying violent qualities, actually kind of contradicting itself. All of those things do play on it. And so I guess Canada does pretty well, even though, like I said, these Irish people are going to be having a difficult time by the end of determining the differences between all of them, because they're having, I guess, even if it is watered down, multiple shots in a fairly quick time period, they did well to get through it, and everyone should just trust their opinion to some degree.